Good morning, it's the Saints man, the small courier driver on the CX. It's Tuesday the 6th, 20 past 11 in the morning, and I'm in Stanmore. I'm near Stanmore, I'm in Morrison's car park, just outside Stanmore, and I'm waiting for a pickup at 12:30 to go to Northampton, which is good because it's where I live. This is me speaking about start of the week. Yesterday, Monday, I started my week Monday morning. Strange one yesterday. It's very strange. I had to be back. I had to be home. I couldn't stay out no later than 5:30. So I'd already decided to stay within a sort of 60-mile radius of where I was, in case I got a bit stuck somewhere so I could get back. I got up early. I woke up early. I always set my alarm for 7, but I was up about 6:30. Sorted myself out of the shower, put the feed on, CX feed, and there was a job on there, Bedford to Windsor. Now, Bedford's quite away from me. It's about 20 odd miles. I very rarely quote on Bedford jobs because there's always guys that are closer than me. Milton Keynes, let's move you so I can balance you. There's guys a lot closer to me, small vans, especially in Milton Keynes. It's only up the road from Milton Keynes, but I just thought, well, I'll quote on it anyway. It was 24 miles to the pickup, and it was going to Windsor, and it needed to be picked up by 8 o'clock. So I quoted on it. I thought I can make that. I could get there. It's just whether the money's right. But I still quoted quite my rate from my house. I quoted 65p all in, and sent it off, and I got it. It's a bit naughty because I didn't get a phone call. I just got an accept or decline through the CX, which some people don't particularly like it. I'm not that fussed. As long as I see it, and I could decline it if I didn't want it, but I accepted it. And yep, picked the job up, left. It was for printing stuff down to Windsor. And I like it because Windsor's a really good area to pick work up. I've never failed around that area. Datchet, Windsor, Slough. It brings in so many places, and there's lots of jobs. And I was going to be there sort of 9:30, I would have presumed, 9:45. It was about 9:45. Traffic was quite heavy, but got there no problem. So I'd parked at Windsor. A little job finding it. They give me the wrong. It was. The unit was wrong, but good in the end. Found it in the end. And then the second job's one. Well, I've carried. Be interested what you guys carry, unusual loads. But my second job was from the Premier in Slough to Warwick. I was 7 miles away. 7 miles, probably not even that. To Warwick, and I quite like that because Warwick is again north of where I live. It's within 30 miles. I thought I'll quote on it. Again, quite high, and I phoned, and yeah, quite happy. He said, but when I phoned, it said phone only. So I phoned and quoted, and he says, this is a really funny one. He says, you're going to the Premier Inn, and you're picking up a pink fluffy rabbit. That's what he said. So I didn't answer him to start with, and then I just said, is this a wind? It's not a wind-up, is it? So because he said, no. He says, it's a pink fluffy rabbit. You got to pick up. A family stayed there a few days before, and they'd left the pink fluffy. I don't know. They left the pink fluffy rabbit behind. I said, "Well, you send it through." And I still didn't believe it until he sent it through. And he sent it through. Yeah, sure enough, the notes, Premier Inn, pink fluffy rabbit, room number where they're staying. So I went to Premier Inn, picked it up. It's a pink fluffy rabbit in a sealed bag. Got the date on it when it was left in the room and the room number. Yeah, pink fluffy rabbit. So I never took a pink fluffy rabbit anywhere. Staggering. Anyway, so I took that from Slough to Warwick. Absolutely fine. Now I'm in Warwick. It's about 1:30. Not even, yeah, about 1 o'clock, 1:30. And I'm thinking, right, I need to be home. I've got about 4 hours. So I'm looking for somewhere, because Warwick's really good as well. Getting seen Leamington Spa, Coventry, Banbury. It's quite a good catchment area. And I thought I need something south. I need something near home. Something to Rugby, to Leicester, some small job. And I was thinking, if I don't get it, well, that's the day done, isn't it? So I went in, I got a sandwich in Tesco's, got a meal deal, £3 sandwich. And a job popped up, Coventry to Wolverhampton, which I thought, oh, that's no good. It's going north and return. 1 box up, 1 box back. And I looked, I thought I could do that. Yeah, I could get that done and be back for about 4, probably just before 4. And yeah, so quoted on it and got it. Yeah, quoted quite high on that as well. Because I thought if I'm going to do it, I'm going to quote quite high because this will be my last job of the day. And that'll make my money up to what really I need. Oh, sorry, a bit knackered this morning. I had a really early start. So, yeah, quoted and got it, yeah. Picked it up, yep, sure enough, from an engineering company, 1 small box, straight up to Wolverhampton. Easy, straight into another engineering company, swapped a box over, 2 minutes, back out on the road. I was done 4:45, finished. And I'm only about 35 miles from home where I've got to go. And I haven't got to be, I've got to go to a doctor's for 6 o'clock. But I wanted to make sure I was back before sort of 5:30, so I didn't have any aggro traffic or whatever. And I thought, oh, that's all right, I'll call him my auntie and have a drink with her. On the way back down the M45, cool down, and there's a 60 mile an hour speed limit, everyone knows it, on the M1 between 17 and 13, junction 13. And I was looking at, the feed was on my phone. Job pops up, pick up Northampton, deliver to London. Pick up Northampton that afternoon, up till 5:30, deliver London between 7 and 8 in the morning, centre of London. Pickup was a mile from where I live, not near where I was going, the doctor's where I live. Had a quick look, how much mileage, it was in the congestion zone, so you got to add that on the 15. Altogether, it's only 60 odd miles, but I've got to pick a pallet up if I want it, if I was going to get it. And I left it, I thought, oh, I don't know whether I want it or not. Do I want to be in London? I thought, well, if you do it in London, you've got to be there between 7 and 8. I thought, if I can get in, and it was right in the centre of London. It was Finsbury Square, yeah, right in the centre. So I thought, well, I've heard what Pete the Courier says, do. Put a job in that you can't refuse, not what they can. Put a price on it, and if you get it, you can't refuse it because it's worth doing. So I did. I thought I'd put a decent price on it. I did. I put a very high price, very high. I put 105 on it, and I was only doing 60 odd mile. But with your 15 off, it's 90. But it is London. But at that time of morning, I thought, yeah, I'll do it. That's a price I can't refuse. Anyway, nothing happened. It was on there, and I was a bit early for my doctor's, so I went to my auntie's house. Bless her. This was about 4:20 to 5. 4:30, I was at my auntie's. She lives on her own, bless her. I went in, so got a cup of tea. We've been sort of looking after her. She's a lovely lady. Got a cup of tea. She'd already got one, bless her. So bless her, keep saying bless her. So I made myself a cup of tea. Nothing had come from the feed. I thought, well, that's all right. I can spend 3/4 an hour with my auntie, and then I'll go to the doctor's, or even an hour. Just the first sip of the tea, boiling hot tea. Again, another shipper didn't phone, sent the job through. I had to pick it up before 5, and it was like 10 to 5, and I was 15 minutes away. So just sent it through. I thought, right, I'll accept, but I ain't going to get there. But it was from the shipper. It was picking up from the shipper's address. And I've done quite a bit of work for these. They're quite a good company, but they don't phone you. They just send it through, and you accept or decline. I accepted. I took the cup, took my tea with me. Got my auntie's cup. I still got it at home. And when I picked it up, and it gave me time to get to my doctor's for 10 to 6, which I was due in at 6. So I got a pallet on the back for today. All good. So that made my day. Altogether, I put 105 the job, so I put a tenner on yesterday, which got me to 200, which is a great day. Means I'm home 6 o'clock. I was back. Didn't leave the house mega early, so it was about 10 hours. It was 20 quid an hour, not bad. And I got an early start this morning. Yeah. So I decided between 7 and 8 I've got to be there, and I know what London's like. I do London quite a lot. It's just traffic. I looked at a couple of ways to go, and I thought I'm just going to go the shortest mileage. If it takes longer, it takes longer, but I'll leave earlier. I left the house at 25 past 5, and I was on the road at 25 past 5, and I got there, Finsbury Square, at 20 past 7, so just under 2 hours, which I thought was pretty good, but traffic was building. I hate staying in London, because I never know all these postcodes, God knows what's close, where it's going, whatever. I'd already decided I was going to... There weren't much going on that time of morning at 7:15, so I thought... Oh, I've got hay fever, sorry. So I thought, I'm going to go back to the services, pop with the M1 and park there. I can use the toilets, I can get a coffee, and I'm just going to get back to there. It's only about 8 miles. I'll waste 8 miles and just sit there, which is what I did. And I got there. It took me a fair old while to get there, but I was there, I don't know, 8:30. Yeah, about 8:30, something like that. It took me about 50 minutes. Oh, a tree. I couldn't go up the A1 because in Hollowell Road a tree had fell over and they'd shut the A1. So luckily Google took me all around these back streets in London. Went past the Emirates. First time I've ever been past there. Didn't know it was there either. Just off, to the right of the A1. Went past their ground. Looked quite impressive actually. So I parked up, bottom of the M1. Went and got myself a large coffee from Starbucks, which was crap. Didn't like it much, but got that. Sat back in the van. Jobs were popping up. Now I was looking to stay out of London, but a job popped up from Park Royal, which is an industrial estate near Wembley, and it was to 1 mile. It was picking a 10 kilogram packing up box at 1 mile. I've worked for this courier a few times, really good courier, but I got like 8 miles to get to it, but they wanted it picked up. I got an hour to get there to pick it up. So I quoted in on that. I thought I'm just going to quote 25 and see what happens. Quoted 25 and the phone went quite soon. Says, "Are you okay to do the job?" I went, "I am." He says, "We do this job every day." He says it's just 1 mile to from a distribution depot in Park Royal, and you just get a number and they give you the parcel. You don't even get out of the van now. You have to sit in the van and they bring it to you. Talk about overkill, but there you go. But there's where my issue started. It's 1 mile away, but between that the road's closed. They've closed 2 roads off right round it. I can't get to it the shortest route, and it's this HS2 high speed 2 railway, and I'm taking it to the high speed. I'm taking it to there where they've got all the office and stuff, and it was hard earned. 25 quid from the bottom of the motorway to finishing the job was about an hour and 25, hour and 20, and only did 10 miles. But so the mileage for pence per miles was brilliant. I was £2.50 a mile. But the time in London, I think, is not about money, it's about time. It's all about how long it takes you. It's all right saying 7 miles, you think great. It can take you an hour, it can take you an hour and a half. It never takes you 20 minutes, 10 minutes like it would on a motorway. It takes you a long while. So did that, and I thought, right, I'm going to get a job back out. And I parked up where they were, and there was about 6-7 jobs, and a job popped up Stanmore to Northampton, COVID, but it weren't picking up till 12:30. Stanmore was only 6 miles away, and it's going to Northampton. It's about 4 miles from where I live. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to quote on that, and I don't. I phoned up another courier, another shipper that uses quite a lot. I phoned up and give him a number, which is still good money for me, and he went, "Yeah, that's fine." And he says, "It's not pick up till 12:30. I went, "Yeah, that's fine." Gives me time to do this, and also give me time to have some breakfast, because obviously I started this morning at 20 past 5 driving, 25 past 5, so I didn't have no breakfast. So I've just had a Morrison's breakfast. It's what it is. It's only 5.5 quid. It's a big breakfast. It ain't brilliant quality, because I know quality breakfast. It's All Seasons Cafe in Northampton, by the way. You want quality breakfast, but it's cheap. What it is, filled to stomach. So now I'm waiting. I've got 12:30 pickup. It's now 20 to 12, and I'm only 12 minutes away, just out where it is, residential pickup. So I can have a little chill out. I might go and drive and park right outside, or out near where he lives, or the person I'm picking up from, and go and have a little walk my breakfast off. Back to Northampton. It's an hour and 5 minutes, and then we'll see what we do after that. We'll either knock it on the head, because it'll be about 2 o'clock, which will be, although I started at, so I've still done 9 hours. Or if someone comes up from Northampton going somewhere decent, I'll take it and I'll go and I'll be out for the night. I'll either tramp in a van, or if I earn enough money. But today, so far I've earned 95, although, yeah, 95 and 25, 120, and this is 49, so it's 169, and I'll be done by 2. So could do with a sneaky little job to get it up to 200. Might be a local, Northampton, Wellingborough, all around Northampton or Kettering or somewhere like that I can do. Or there might be a big job that gets me 130, 140 quid, gets me up to 300, and then I can stay out. We'll see. Hope you guys are doing well. If you want to like, comment. I do get back to the comments. I don't edit videos, that's why it's probably amateurish, but that's just me. I'm nearer 60 than 50. I'm not doing thumbnails and all this crap. I've got no idea what that means. But I hope you're all doing well, and take care. Cheers.